Hi everyone, Mary Ayers here from tapintoaction.com. And today we're going to find some answers to how should I be feeling right now. Usually when we talk about, what feelings would I like to have, a lot of times we'll think about happiness or joyful or excitement. But right now, at this particular time in our history, those feelings may not match up to what we think is happening here. Like some people think, how can I possibly be happy or excited when I don't know what will be happening? I don't know if I can look forward to things. So, what am I supposed to be feeling? We understand feeling kind of cooped up. We understand feeling lack of variety. We understand feeling uncertain. We even understand feeling fear right now. But if those are the feelings we would rather not feel and we don't want to live in them, it's not that we won't have them temporarily or occasionally, but it's not something we want to be walking around full time. First of all, it's just not healthy to do it. It's just not good for our immune systems to wear them out like this, constantly in a state of worry or fighting what it is that's going on. And yet, at the other extreme, it feels like saying, I want to be happy, feels a little too far of a stretch. So, I want to introduce the idea that we look for what feeling do we want to have? What would be a useful feeling for us during this particular time? And I'm going to suggest that maybe that feeling is the feeling of contentment. Now, many of us do not have a infrastructure, a program for feeling content and calling on that feeling when we want to conjure it up. Okay, we think that circumstances has to be a certain way in order for us to feel content. But I want to challenge that today, and I want you to challenge it for yourself as well. Because the idea is that we can feel whatever we want to feel anytime, regardless of the circumstances. Now, if you don't believe that, that's a whole different tapping, and maybe we'll throw some of that into when we do get some tapping about whether or not I can, if I'm going to argue this. But let's just say that we can. And we want to find a feeling that we want to have, and we want to be able to call it up because it will be helpful. It will actually be very, very healing for us as well, so that we are not walking around in a constant state of tenseness and keeping that cortisol and the adrenaline's moving like we're always under attack. We want to have a break in our body and in our thinking, and we need to know where we're going to go when we make that turn, when we turn the corner from what we're feeling now. We want to know where we want to go, and I'm going to suggest contentment. Now, I've got a little history, stick with me for a second more, about this feeling. I've really started to realize just recently how much this has been an old program in my life. And here's what happened is I had gotten this email from somebody who I know who was trying something new. And in her email, there was so much discontent. It was, everybody else has this, and these people are better set up, and I didn't have this, and I didn't have that. And I thought to myself, it was really bothering me. And I was trying to think to myself, why is it bothering me? And then it dawned on me that I did not have a program for contentment. If anything, there was a program modeled for me, meaning this behavior was modeled for me through my grandmother, actually, is that I can remember she just never seemed very content with the circumstances. She always wanted something else. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with wanting something else, and we can still desire things. We can also feel content while we're desiring, by the way. So I can be happy with where I am at and still wanting more. If you don't believe me, this is going to be a really good tapping for you. So let's just say that right now, one of the feelings we'd like to have is contentment. Why? Because we are in a place and time where we can't control a lot of things. And the one thing we can control is our feelings. And what would serve us is a feeling that is more productive, more hopeful, more energizing, more peaceful. Okay? So let's do it. Think about feeling content. What are your beliefs about that? Do you believe it's possible? Do you think it can happen now, even with circumstances? Does it feel safe to feel anything that might be generalized more enjoyable to feel, even at a time like this? Is that part of you concerned that maybe you won't be alert, that you'll get lackadaisical if you end up feeling content? Well, we want to challenge those things, but at first I want you to hear if that might be what's coming up for you. Feel what's going on inside in your body, even talking about contentment or not feeling quite as on high alert. If there's anything in you that says, no, I can't do that, that wouldn't be safe, we want to put that out on the table, right? Give it a number and also notice where you feel it in your body, right? And let's tap, okay? Even though I am not sure if I can feel content, at least not right now, not in the world with the condition that it's in right now. And that's okay. I'm going to acknowledge how I feel. And I'm open to the idea that I can accept myself. And even though I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be feeling right now, a part of me says I should be hypervigilant, that I should be concerned, that I should be fretting. I should be afraid. I'm going to acknowledge all those voices inside of me because they're just trying to protect me. They want me to be aware and to be cautious and to pay attention. And I wonder if it's possible that I can do all those things and be content, even though I'm not sure about feeling content. After all, there are a lot of big things happening out there in the world. Scary things happening in the world. How could I possibly feel content? And yet I wonder if it's possible that the feeling of contentment has very little to do with what is happening around us, and a lot more to do with what is happening within us. I don't know about feeling content. Part of me says I should be worried. Matter of fact, I should be scared at times. After all, if I looked at my conditions, and the conditions for others out there in the world, I don't know if it would be wise to feel content. I don't even know if it's possible to feel content. And I certainly can't feel happy. It doesn't feel like I'm paying attention to what's really going on. To feel anything but worry and concern. Won't I get lackadaisical if I get content? Won't I lose any ambition or desire? Is that even the definition of contentment? Or maybe what it really is about being where I am in a peaceful way. Without fighting it or trying to get rid of it. It's finding it is what it is. Seeing something and just saying, it is what it is. And what it is okay in this moment. In this moment, I'm okay. And yet I can still have a desire for something different, something more. I wonder if I can remember those feelings. How about the feeling of wanting more and getting it? That's a lot like satisfaction. What would contentment feel like? How do I know that feeling? Where have I had that feeling before? Where everything in that moment lined up in a way that was satisfying. It was good enough. There was gratitude. There was a belief that in this moment, all is well. And there have been times in my past that I know that everything wasn't fantastic. And I know I still had desires. And yet I was also able to feel content. What if I could remember some of those times? I wonder what my face looked like back then. And how I breathe when I'm feeling content. I wonder if it's possible for me to get a little bit of that now. What if I could? What if that memory is still in my body? What would I remember? Maybe I can feel content. What if I can feel content and be aware? What a great combination would that be? I wonder what my energy would be like. I wonder who that would affect. Maybe I can feel a little bit of contentment. Or maybe I can try it on. I can play with it. I can pretend. I can remember. I can throw it ahead of me knowing that it's coming true. I love stepping into those old feelings. I'm ready to feel contentment more often. I choose to feel more contentment. Take a breath, breathe in, think about that word contentment. Think about what it conjures up. Memories, times in your life where you could really feel that. Times that you can feel it now. Maybe it comes through gratitude. Maybe it's just holding and snuggling a sleeping child. And I emphasize that sleeping piece because sometimes it's just in the moment, being able to say, everything is right in this moment. Regardless of what is happening out in the world, can I take this moment to be able to feel that sense of contentment? And then can we start to add many, many, many moments, small moments add up so that I have more of a sense of contentment within me. It doesn't feel like I'm reaching for it. It feels like I can have it close to me, which will feel like we've got more resources. You know, we're not just all about worry, but we have other feelings too. This is about resiliency. This is about us staying in a place for as we move forward and we're redesigning what tomorrow looks like, we have more resources within us to help us adjust through this period of time. Listen, I'd love to hear how this was for you. So either put it down in the comments, go ahead and subscribe. You can give me a thumbs up. I love those little hearts. Let me know how how this feels to you. Are you open to it? Were you able to feel some of that? So let me know. I love hearing from you. You can always email me at mary@tapintoaction.com. Until next time, stay brilliant.